Hey there, and in this video I wanted to share with you how to boost a Facebook post. So in some cases we might want to boost a Facebook post just to get more eyes on it. I do have a few rules that I like to follow before you boost a post. Number one, you want to make sure you have a very strong call to action at the end where you tell them what you want them to do next, and that call to action should lead to something that's going to lead to a sale. So whether that's an opt-in or asking them for discovery calls, I would love for that to help you in your business so you're not spending money on ads that doesn't need to happen. Okay, so what I want you to do is go into Facebook. Now mine looks a little bit different right now because it I'm in the business manager, and once you set up the business manager you can't go back. So go to your business manager and then go to your page. And then when you go to your page, you just find the post. So let's say this video. Let's say this. All you have to do is hit boost post. It's literally this easy. Now, you can create some saved audiences, which I'm going to show you how to do first, because if you don't have these saved audiences, it will just send it into the unknown land of future potential people on Facebook, and it's way too broad and it's probably not going to do you any good. So you must have a targeted audience for this to work, to help you in your business. Okay, so let's go back, cancel promotion. And so what we want to do is go into, oops, at the top here. And if you have a regular account, you will have this feature. You don't have to set up a business account if you don't want to. Okay, Power Editor. That's where we're going. And what I want you to do when you get in here, so this can look a little more complicated than just boosting a post. And hold on a minute, I'm actually in one of my clients' things. So I'm gonna go to my regular account where I always do stuff. Okay. So we're gonna create a campaign. And you're going to title it, so whatever the title of that post or video is. So it was one of the ones that was there was manifesting clients video. The buying type is always going to be auction, and your campaign objective is going to change depending on, see, this is where it starts to get a little complicated. If you have a call to action that is get on a discovery call with me, you can just use traffic. So keep it on traffic. If you just want this video seen, but don't really care about if people click through, which maybe you're going to retarget these people later and then the sale is going to come really, really later, that's fine. Video views is fine. If you want people to comment and like and stuff in your post, then you want to go to post engagement. And if you have a landing page, like let's say you're sending somebody to an opt-in, choose conversions. Okay, so we're going to choose conversions. No, we're going to pretend we're sending them to we're going to pretend we're sending them to a discovery call. Okay, so traffic. Then you're going to have the ad set name. So this is the ad set level determines your targeting. So who is this going to be shown to? And so here I want to name it based on who I'm showing it to. So here I might say Amy Porterfield. Oops. Women fans of Amy Porterfield. And then we're going to create a new ad, and then the ad is going to be called Manifesting Clients Video. Okay. Create. Now, what you want to do is make sure this is okay. If you want to set a spending limit, which is possible if you don't want to go over a certain amount, but I think the minimum is around $100. I usually leave this blank unless I'm working with a client that really needs a specific amount of money or has a specific budget that they won't go over. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now, here we are, women's, I'm going to turn this ad off. Okay, this is women's fans of Amy Porterfield. Cool. Now for, oops, let's go back. Okay. As you can see, the Power Editor is not very user-friendly. Okay, so we're going to go to Edit, and here is where you have the endless sea of options. Okay. So what we want to do is set a daily budget. $5 is the minimum. And then what we're going to do is schedule a start date. So we can say that day, whatever. This is all going to go away, so it really doesn't matter what you choose in this portion. What's important is down here where you talk about the audience that you're going to reach. So things that you can do. You can add any sort of custom audience. So you can download your email list and export that here as a custom audience. But the caveat here is that it must be greater than a certain amount. I want to say it's around 500 or 1,000 before it lets you export your email list. Other things you can do. You can create lookalike audiences, so this is starting to get a little bit complicated. If you're brand new and like you've never done this, you won't be able to do any of those features. That's like further down the road, so let's just ignore that for now. Here, what you can do though is set up who you're going to target, and you can choose women or like the age. So let's say we're going to go 24 to 45. That's what I usually do. Women. And we're going to do anywhere in the world. But here's the important part. I need to make sure that these women that are 25 to 45 aren't just like, someone working at Starbucks. Like, how do I know that they're really going to be my audience? And so what you do, and as you can see here, it starts to already pick because these are some things that I normally pick. So now it starts to pick, and so we go to fans of Amy Porterfield. This will target any fans that Amy Porterfield has that match my description, which is women 24 to 45. And so that's how you target a specific interest. Now, how do you determine the interest? We can get into that into your personal coaching sessions. This video is just for my coaching clients, so we'll get to that in a personal coaching session because that's a whole other training. And so what we're going to do is target the specific women that like Amy Porterfield. Next, I want you to think about, is there any interest that you want to exclude? So like maybe they don't work a 9-to-5 job. This is just as an example. Or maybe they maybe you want Amy Porterfield fans who don't like The Secret or Abraham Hicks. Like you want like the really left brain thinking women. It all depends on who your target audience is, and this is why it's so important to understand your ideal client like through and through. Okay, so let's cancel that. And then you can also narrow the audience. So this is a way for you to pick anyone that's a fan of Amy Porterfield who is also a fan of XYZ. So this can be anything, like literally this can be anything you want. So they must be Amy Porterfield fans and they must own a house. Like, talk about specific targeting, right? Maybe your specific target audience is somebody who is an online entrepreneur that is trying to leave their 9 to 5. So then you can say employed in some sort of corporate setting. Here's how you can do that. You can say jobs, I think. No, that's looking for a job. Demographics. Under demographics, there's a whole section. So I think her women are usually in sales jobs. Okay. So then you want to go into demographics and they are sales. So the difference between interests and sales job is that demographics means that they actually stated that they were some sort of salesperson. So that's like the difference. Do you see that? So we can say that. So that means that these are really narrow. Like this is only Amy Porterfield's fans who are women who also work in sales. And okay, as we're going to work on this a little bit more, you'll see how the ad starts to play out. Okay. I always here choose edit placements and you remove Instagram, you remove audience network. Just these don't perform that well for me. And even within Facebook, like there's so many options now, like there's instant articles. I have to look at the last campaign I put and if that worked or not. Okay, then we're optimizing for link clicks. We're doing automatic bid account. And that is pretty much it. Now there's something wrong with my targeting. Oh, anywhere in the world I want. Let's say, I guess it doesn't let you do anywhere in the world. And normally I pick something really, really specific. So you can do US, United States. You can do Canada. And things to be mindful of, right? Like as you're creating this audience, if you're choosing US, Canada, the time zone difference is different if you're doing, UK or Australia. So it's important if you're doing something live, like a live webinar, that you're mindful of the time zones and that you schedule your webinar and your ad to target the right people at the right time zone. So here I would say US, Canada. And then what you do to like decrease your ad spend later, and that's kind of a way more complicated thing, but you can split these up. So you can say sales job, okay. And then you can say US only in one campaign, in one audience, and then Canada only. So that, as you can see, it starts to get complicated really quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to where it says save this audience. Okay. So we're saving the audience. This is US and Canada women fans of Amy Porterfield who are also in a sales job. So that is my perfect audience for this video, and that's who I'm going to run it to. Now, what you can do is you can go back to your post. So I want to just make something really clear here. We're not actually running this ad. You can, if you want to, run it from the Power Editor. But for most of you, that is really complicated for you to come in here every single time you boost something. And so what you can do is, like, And the reason I say that is because some of you are using the strategy of boosting a video every week to a specific audience. So this is how you're going to get this specific audience, and then you're going to boost the video every week. And it's much easier to just hit boost and have the audience show up, which it will. And of course, it's not showing up. Let me make sure I was using the right account. Yes. Close. Cancel promotion. Okay. I'm going to refresh this page and see if now it'll come up. Let's go to this manifesting clients video. This will be a cool one. See all. There we go. It's probably under W. No. It didn't come up. So this is the thing with Facebook ads. It's really a little bit weird in this way. Where sometimes it takes a minute for things to come up. Oh, okay. Duh, it named my audience Mariana Ruiz. Well, that's confusing. Let's rename this to Amy Porterfield women fans, sales job, US, Canada. And you can like get a really set structure for yourself so that you always know. That's like a more sophisticated feature. I'm still not there yet where I'm organized like that. Okay. Okay, now let's try now. So part of this overall strategy, right, means that you're going to be boosting to the same audience. You don't change audiences every week because then it will be harder to find these people again. Here they are, Amy Porterfield, women's fans, sales job. So now it's ready to go. Now, here's the beauty. Once you've done this back end work, all you have to do every week when you come to boost your video for the week is you just hit Amy Porterfield women fans sales job. That's it. All you would have to do is come into here. And what's really cool is that here your budget doesn't have to be the minimum of $5 a day, because some of you are not at the point where you're ready to invest $5 per day, per week, per video. Okay, so what you can do here is just make the total budget like $10 or less. And as you can see, when you decrease the amount you're spending, it also decreases the number of people reached. So the power of this comes just like when you're blogging every week or when you're creating content any week of any kind. It has to keep going out to the same audience week after week after week. So the power in this overall strategy is through consistency, which, that's like one of my favorite words. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do it over 7 days, because then the next week we're going to boost a new video. So this will allow you to spend just $1.42 a day. And we were really smart about this. We had a call to action. So this is going to be growing your list every single day on autopilot and eventually leading them to some sort of sale with you. Whether you're asking for a discovery call at the end, whether you're growing your list and then asking for a discovery call, it doesn't matter how many steps you have to working with you, as long as you have a way to recoup the money. So let's say you got one client from this overall strategy. Maybe you had one total client. I want you to look at how much that client would spend with you. And we want to make sure that our Facebook ad budget is at least breaking even with the one client you're going to get from this strategy, because the power of this strategy is that you're growing your list for free. You're getting an exposure because, right, you're going to recoup the cost with Facebook with the new clients, or you're going to be getting exposure to getting discovery calls. So either way, it's a win-win for you, as long as you have that first part in place. Where I'm not going to get into the Facebook pixel because that is a much more complicated thing. Oh my gosh. If you're going to use a landing page, you must have a Facebook pixel. I'm going to do a separate video on how to install the Facebook pixel because that's a whole other lesson. So anyways, at the end, you would just hit boost post. I'm not going to do it because you can't undo a boost. And up here, you can also say the type of button you want. So it can be something like sign up if you're using a freebie. You can say book now if you're asking for discovery calls, or learn more. I usually use learn more, but of course you want to test this. If you're doing this every week, you should have some good data as to like what's working for you and that kind of thing. Spreadsheet it all out. Okay, awesome. Have a great day. Bye.